A little backstory for you before I begin. I'm a 14-year-old boy who lives in Chicago. I'm not very active, and I thought Pokemon Go would be a great way to get myself outside and doing some exercise. Oh, how wrong was I? I've been a big fan of Pokemon ever since I could remember, and my favorite Pokemon is Blastoise. So the news of the new Pokemon Go coming out for my phone seemed like the best idea in the world. Needless to say, I downloaded it as soon as I could. The game was great, and it got me outside every day for hours just walking around and exploring. I discovered new parts of my neighborhood I never knew existed, and I even met a few other kids at Pokestops. I was walking around a strange new part of my town which I didn't quite recognize, but I didn't care because I was racking up XP like no tomorrow. I was looking on my map and I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw Blastoise. I actually started to run toward it, and it led me to the front yard of this normal-looking house. Without thinking, I knocked on the door, and this middle-aged man answered. He didn't look right. His hair was all over the place, and he had a scruffy mustache. But I was so into the game and wanting to catch Blastoise, it didn't quite click in my head. I asked the man if I could go into his backyard to catch the Pokemon, and to my surprise he said yes. When he let me inside his house, he slammed his door shut and locked it. He had this creepy smile on his face and started to ask me how far away from home I was. I was starting to panic, realizing I had made the biggest mistake of my life. He told me to take a seat in this old nasty looking chair and told me not to move. He went into the kitchen and I could hear him clinking around in the cutlery drawer and got what sounded like a knife. I shot up and ran towards the door, trying my hardest to unlock it, but he seemed to have about 3 locks and a chain. I could hear him shouting, "What do you think you're doing? Get back in that chair now." I managed to open the door and run down the street as fast as I could before stopping and getting out of breath. When I got home, I told my parents what had happened. They checked on this website, Family Watchdog, and it turned out the man was a convicted child molester. After the police got involved, it turned out this wasn't the first time he had tried doing this that week. He also used Pokemon Go and was using an item in the game called Lure Module, which brings out Pokemon in the certain area where there is a Pokestop. Except it wasn't Pokemon he was trying to lure out. It was kids. Hey guys, what's up? So I thought with Pokemon Go being so popular and all the crazy things that people have experienced while playing, I would do a video about it. Unfortunately, not everyone was as lucky as the kid in the story. And this is some of the strangest things that I've came across that players have experienced while playing Pokemon Go. The first is some of the locations. Some of the strange locations where Pokemon can be found are areas like Area 51 and even MI5 headquarters. Also, One Man's House is a hotspot. It was once a church and now is listed as a gym, so players will come to his residence at all hours to catch Pokemon. There have also been complaints about locations such as Arlington Cemetery and the 9/11 and Holocaust memorials. Many people feel that this is just simply disrespectful. There have also been several injuries that have happened because people were simply not paying attention to their surroundings. A couple of guys in California fell over a cliff while looking for Pokemon. Also, a young girl was hit by a car after she had located a Pokemon near a busy highway. And in Baltimore, one player crashed into a police cruiser because he was too busy paying attention to the game. Although some of these are odd, there have been some things that have happened that no one would have ever expected. In Missouri, 4 teenagers were allegedly using the game to lure people out to a secluded area so they could rob them at gunpoint. Also in Wyoming, a player was scanning the river looking for a Pokemon when she discovered a dead body. And just a few days ago, a young kid was shot and killed while trying to enter a house to catch a Pokemon. I love playing games as much as anyone, but you have to pay attention when you're out in the real world. You're not in the safety of your home, so if you're going to play this game, please take caution. because you never know what may happen. Now, not everything associated with this game is bad. It has been suggested that it can help with certain mental health issues like depression and anxiety. And that is simply amazing. Unfortunately, it's being overshadowed by all the negative aspects of the game. How many of you guys play Pokemon? Me personally, I've never played it, but it certainly seems to be popular, borderline mind control. Let me know in the comments below how you feel about this game. The channel is slowly starting to grow, guys, and to the people who have subscribed, I really appreciate it. And if you haven't done so, what are you waiting for? Hit the big red subscribe button. If you have a paranormal topic you would like me to cover, or if you have a scary story you would like to share, feel free to email it to me. I will leave my email in the description below. And if you do send me your story, be sure to provide consent for me to use your story. I will also leave a link to my other channels and my Patreon in the description as well. And if you liked the video, please like and share it, guys. And as always, thank you for watching and have a great one.